Hi, I'm Gaurav Mehta and I lead the CSR function at DCB Bank Limited. We have an interesting project that we are working on with Well Labs and the India Cares Foundation at Chintamani in Karnataka. The lake is specifically called Malali Lake. That area has some 7 to 8 lakes, and the town derives its drinking water supply from some other lakes in that area. Of course, drinking water supply is dependent on how good the rainfall has been, because if the lakes fill up, then of course there is more water to be distributed to the households. However, a large portion or a significant portion of the population do use water tankers to supply household water. And this is a situation I would assume in most communities in a lot of places, because water supply may or may not be of adequate quality or a short duration, or due to other reasons. That could be because the facilities are not there, or they're uphill, or some other reasons. Now, the Chintamani Lake project is an interesting one because we intend to change behaviors of the population that abuts that particular lake, and we intend to supply water from that lake after its rejuvenation and revival to the municipal authorities, so that they can pipe it after due process treatment in whichever way they can to the households. Now, typically it's seen that the polluter pollutes upstream, and the downstream communities, downstream of the water flow, are the ones that bear the brunt. In a river, that obviously means that communities downstream get a large impact of that. In a lake, if you use that same concept, it means that if you're not drawing water from that lake to supply water to the community, we assume that people are more careless about how to treat that water body. However, communities do realize the importance of fresh water, right? And because they spend so much of their time and effort and resources in purchasing water from tankers, etc. So in this concept, we intend to create, first of all, revive the storage capacity. There are a lot of stakeholders, and the interesting challenge in this project, which we hope to counter and overcome with the help of Well Labs and India Cares Foundation, is that we also intend to involve local communities, stakeholders like the fisheries department, because this lake, believe it or not, serves a lot of uses, from washing clothes for some people, fishing, and of course it's not a recreational spot, but we believe that it can be used to supply water, which in turn would alleviate the problem that that town faces for water availability in the lean months. Now, while we work on this project, Well Labs is involved in creating a state level framework that will serve as a template to create a checklist of sorts, if I were to use normal non-jargon speech, to create a checklist for other lake revival rejuvenation projects in Karnataka, and we believe it can be taken at a national level. Now, the tough task in this is to create a pilot, prove the hypothesis, then get peers to poke holes in the end product, or the outcome, and then better that, create a framework which can then be taken across as an established framework, which serves not just Well Labs or DCB Bank or India Cares, but it's open source in that term. Open source means that anybody, any foundation, any other NGO, civil society organization that needs information on how and when and what all to measure and check on, and how to go about creating a lake revival project, this serves as a template for that. So the endeavor is, yes, to supply potable or acceptable water from Malapalli Lake to Chintamani town, and use that project to create a framework which can serve not just Chintamani, but anywhere else in Karnataka and then beyond. So we look forward to creating a template which will stand the test of time, And it's not a one-time document or a one-time template. We do understand that things change, new knowledge inputs come in, procedures and processes may get improved on. So it's a document that is a sort of a living document. New changes and new inputs will always come in. And we look forward to taking that across.